ready? Are we live?
Oh, yeah, there we are.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I love this. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, family and friends. Good evening, beautiful people of the world. Welcome to WDDS, the dirtiest station in the world, and the premiere episode of Sunday Night Lights. My name is Ziva Lynn, and I am joined by the captivating Dreddy Lamar. Wave and say hello. And our good friend. And I'm going to try to contain myself, guys. I have not seen this lady in, it's like 2 years.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to kill it together. Alicia, or Ishi, we are so blessed and honored to have you with us today, and it is so good to see you. The theme of our show this evening is getting back out there. Not only to see friends and family, but talking about everything we do as human beings getting back out there. Now, before we get into this, this is our first podcast. This is my personal first podcast I have ever done. So I'm very excited, but please be patient because it's going to be a learning curve for all of us here. And we're going to try to do our best to provide an awesome space to have fun and learn and illuminate our bodies, minds, and souls. So what we want to ultimately do is to turn our night lights on. And what that means is we want to shed a glow on things that are typically unseen. We want to provide a safe space for anyone to tell their stories about being human and to feel that it is okay to be our true intrinsic selves without judgment and without anyone telling us that we cannot. So, if you are tuning in just to listen to what we say today, welcome. We love you. If you are tuning in because you have stories that you want to share that you have not been able to yet, we want to hear you. And if you're tuning in because we look fine and we turn your night lights on, we thank you.
We do this.
We thank you so much. And we just appreciate the space. Thank you to the station again, to WDDS. And once again, guys, welcome to Sunday Night Lights. So, we decided that we're going to start by sharing our own personal stories. Now, later on down the line, we're going to be here every single week at 8 p.m. We would like you guys to come in and share your stories, and then eventually, you will be able to call us on the phone, and we can talk to you, which I'm really excited about. So that's going to be like probably a couple weeks away, but we're going to get to that. So today, we're going to tell you about our personal stories of getting back out there. Love, lust, whatever, anything goes. So Becky,
Facts.
well, you'd like to share a story with us about when you got your night lights turned on.
Man, I got my night lights turned the fuck on. Oh my god. So it's actually kind of funny that we decided to bring this up tonight because it actually involves these particular outfits, which Ziva, you'll have to.
Up?
Yeah,
Should we stand up and
say
take a
let's.
look
For the record, I'm not
around?
wearing that outfit.
Yeah, that's okay.
Enough.
We'll get guest outfits more. We're also going to be posting, by the way, guys, our Cash App and our Venmo and all the links. If you like outfits or if you are a seamstress or you create costumes and you want us to be an ambassador for your store or your brand, we would love to wear things for you. Send us stuff and we'll do this. But yeah, it's a fun. Did we circle around?
Oh yeah,
I'm just staring at
I say I
Becky's
did a little
dips.
bit, but
Ready? I know, but
I just can't keep my eyes off of her dicks. That's it. Like, look at those. The penis
So
pasties.
these outfits I picked out for one of my dance teams. So this is my coworker and my right-hand man. You know, fuck gender. Who cares about that? She's going to be my right-hand man today. This is one of my other students, Miss Alicia. We dance together. And we try to strive to be our best selves. Again, body, mind, and soul all the time. So for our last showcase, we had over 20 ladies from our studio. And I'm allowed to plug it. Pulpit Revolution.
Yes.
Eventually we'll be a for real sponsor, but Pulpit Revolution in Madison Heights and in Shelby. Look us up online. Come dance with us. And we have 20 beautiful ladies doing the first live show. Speaking about coming out, getting back out there, right?
yeah, right.
First live show we did as a studio in 2 years as well this past fall, and it was fantastic. But we love these outfits. And
Yes.
Becky, so why is this outfit so awesome for you?
Besides the dicks.
Right. I'll say besides the dicks underneath, which
Yes.
I totally found at PoleCon.
Yeah, PoleCon, another pole convention we do. By the way,
Yeah.
guys, we're pole dancers.
Yeah. FYI, we're pole dancers.
But we do all different dance forms
We
too.
have way too much fun. So yeah, I was filming our little. We have a little promotional video that we'll get together here soon. But I was wearing it the other night, and was getting my makeup on and getting ready to film my little bit here, and doing my makeup in the bathroom, and hunched over like this, just getting my face in there. And my husband walks by, and then he comes back and he does one of these, and he's like, yep. So as soon as I was done filming, I go into the back room where the computers are set up, and I'm like, "Hey, babe, I'm all set now." So he turns off Tarkov,
which is a miracle
which
in itself.
I want to say it for anyone who's a gamer or knows a gamer and knows
Say
anything.
That name one more time for us non-gamers as much.
Yeah, so the name of the game is Escape from Tarkov. It's a hyper-realistic shooter. It's really good if you're really into realistic shooters. You actually have to insure your gear before you go into the raid. In order to, if you die, you can actually get it back if you insure it.
Liability insurance is important, Okay?
It's very important.
Answers, I know all about liability insurance.
Very important.
I just wrote a big old check for this whole next year, so.
Ooh, yeah, and that's not a small check. So, but he turned off his game.
It's amazing.
And immediately took me over to the bedroom and was like, "No, you don't. You can keep the outfit on. It's okay." So let's see. We got to town with the fingers first. I felt so bad too because I got in there and I started going to town on him, and we had just done a huge dab a little bit before this too, so the cotton mouth was very real.
By the way, have this on hand always when giving head. Stay moisturized, okay? This is a water bottle. I'm in love with this. I actually have one too, and I'm very sad I forgot it, but I know. So I like to science things too, all right? Because I always say I'm half analytical, half artistic brain. What do you guys do when you're high and giving head? Like, seriously,
I mean,
because
aside
I get the
from-
biggest comment. I'm just constantly drinking, like, in
Yes.
between, like, I'm like, and then a drink, and then a drink. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Listerine.
is that, oh, interesting.
And it
why?
helps them.
How, right, because it gives them that more
you're-
sensation.
yeah.
So Listerine does what?
Like when you put a mint in, you want
Right.
to salivate more, so it keeps your body going.
See,
But also,
this is why we do this show, because we're learning, okay?
and then the blue Listerine in particular, with my current fellow, I'm going to be referring to him as Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers, yep. We love it.
But he, I haven't quite tried that with him yet, but essentially, other fellows I've had very positive reviews, because it's another form of stimulation. You got to think about like when you use those gels and whatnot,
Right.
and then it tingles and hits all the right spots while you're doing it. So it's like a twofer.
Okay.
I'll say this is why we go for the minty stuffed.
Okay, so Listerine. All right, which I always carry with me.
Blue
in
Listerine.
Blue. I do. I carry that in my purse. It's actually my purse in the back room right now. I always have it with me just in case, because I travel so much and I work so much. So, okay, good. Because I always wonder about that. I'm like, I just do the water, and always in the back of my mind. But anyways, you did not have the Listerine. So how did Matt deal with this?
I
I'm sure
didn't.
your friends
I felt
or
bad.
person deal
So,
with this.
unfortunately, gagging does also help a little bit because worst case scenario,
True.
gagging a little bit will help generate a little more saliva and a little more mucus to help lubricate things. So, I unfortunately led to that a couple times, which helped a little bit. I also killed the water bottle that was on the nightstand. That was about all I had. So next time I'm going to have some Listerine pocket packs.
Love it.
I have
Or
some for ya.
Altoids or something. Or I think I've still got some of those happy little treatments.
Yes.
In lessons we should have learned many years ago.
Yes.
And I'm just learning. I am 41 years old and just learned this tip today. So keep the tips coming. Please write us. I think they can write us in the description, right? So, or, if you know us, just DM us if you have any other tips for cotton mouth.
We can share just the tips.
Just the tips.
Well, I'm
tips, all the tips.
The gag reflex, though, that's got to build up their confidence, though. Like, I mean,
That is true. I mean, making the noise is like all the guys like that. Yeah. That,
Oh, God.
Like, yeah. That when I used to do porn, that was a thing. Like more saliva. So, anyways, all right. Was there something else you had to do though? I know you told me earlier, Becky, that made me laugh so much, and you had a good time.
Oh, I had a
love this part
wonderful
of the story.
time. Oh yeah, so no, we got into it though, because after a while I was like, sorry, I'm gagging all over the place, babe, and he was like, it's cool, I got you. So he just threw me down and gave me probably one of the better hand jobs of our relationship so far. So that's been pretty excellent.
By the way, guys, we love that.
Yes.
I skip the hand jobs. Like,
No,
I know
we're
we're gonna
into
eat
it.
us out.
Full
Like, I
play.
get it. Like,
We taste good, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a trick when you're eating girl out. Use your hands too.
Oh,
Like,
use your hands first.
Why don't guys know that?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Again, it's not your fault. I didn't know about the Listerine, so I apologize for that.
Also
But
that.
yes, both at the same time is the best. But
game over
start
there.
with the fingers, and don't forget too. You should know this, but we'll reiterate.
Yeah.
We have to warm up. All right. I had
We
this
do.
one metaphor was so cute. Like, we're crock pots as females. Takes us a while to warm up, and men are like microwaves, right? So they go really, really fast.
They're like a bottle rocket, and women are like
Right,
diesel engines
right.
for
Yep,
the
yep.
male audience.
Yeah.
We're-
So
That was,
hands
Jeff
are
Foxworthy.
good.
Yes, it
I
was.
love it. I love hands. I think too, like it's almost a nostalgia thing. Like I'll speak for myself on this. Like because
No,
when you're a
agreed.
teenager, like that's what you normally do first.
Agreed.
Just
And
go
if,
right
and
in.
if you had a good experience early on with that, like
Oh, you're
it's
so into it.
You're so into it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So hands.
Yeah, it's like
Dirty
Yes.
talk with it, man.
It's like getting
Right,
your
right.
getting your first time all over again. So yeah, that's a
Right.
really good.
The first time's usually so bad, though.
I know, but it's like it's the nice warm and fuzzy nostalgia of
Right.
like the
Or
first
it's the
time.
fact that you're like, fuck yeah, finally. At
Uh-huh.
least for me, I'm like,
Yeah.
God, just get it. Oh, let's do
Yup,
it.
yup,
Let's do
yup.
it. And then learn, and then like I know we're any youth, because there could be 18, 19-year-olds watching this that haven't had sex yet. I've had a lot of friends that didn't have sex until
Mm-hmm.
their 20s. Know that it's okay, that it takes time
Yes.
to establish a connection and to figure out what your rhythm is and where the rhythm of other people are. But the biggest thing I'm going to tell you guys, communicate. Intention of the show, how to turn a nightlight on. Talk about
Talking
it.
about it.
Don't
yeah.
be scared. And again, I just want to get over this hump because I was raised in a household where you do not talk about sex. You don't talk about anything. Your body is shameful. That's sad
Yes.
because it's not. And we need
It's
to
actually
have
quite
sex. PSA, guys, how many orgasms do we need a week? At least
3.
3.
Oh, yeah. Look at me.
Minimum. Okay? So you did not have 3 this week or this past year. You gotta have a lot of work to do, okay?
Tonight.
I say obviously
Yeah,
unless you
tonight,
are
get-
asexual.
Yeah, get there.
I got some good vibrators if you want some information. Like,
Say
I mean,
if
I like
you're-
mine.
All
If
that
you're
good
not
stuff.
into it, that's okay too. But for everyone with a very active sex drive, at least 3 orgasms a week is a good.
I just burn out my vibrator, too. 'Cause
also-
my boyfriend's long distance.
Oh, yep, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Make sure you have a backup vibrator.
I
on-
did.
Yeah.
Keep batteries on
Yeah,
hand.
keep batteries on. Because that is the worst when you're right in the middle of a session. You're like, zzz, and like, no!
And it's just like, nope.
Stops. And if you don't have your like little black book handy to call someone to like, all right, tag in.
Yep, and then it's
Ah,
like, shit.
oh my lord. So, okay,
Game
but
over.
last thing, because I know you told me this story earlier, Becky. What
Yeah.
happened to the sheets?
So
Oh, God.
we both had such a wonderful time. So I'm not going to suggest this for anyone, but fortunately we have had a lot of success with the pull-out method. It's what works for us. I'm not going to say it works for everybody because it doesn't.
It did not work for me. I have an 8-year-old.
Yep, exactly. So, but the pull-out method fortunately works for us. So, he had such a wonderful time that, so I'm going to say this, if you are pulling out, or if you're just, not coming somewhere like either on her or on them or near your partner, regardless of how you feel, aim low.
See, I disagree. I have like a higher hit point.
Because
Okay.
Gotta put the pillow under the butt.
unfortunately,
Oh, yes, the one on the butt.
not aiming low, he was definitely more excited than he thought he was. So it ended up a little bit in my hair and on the pillowcase next to me. But we both had such a wonderful time that we had to submit the UGG comforter to the dry cleaners. Just the whole thing.
Yeah, I need to do that myself.
It's like, we probably ended up with just a wet spot, but we were like, you know what? We're just gonna take the whole thing out.
This is why I buy comforters that fit in the washing machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to buy one of
Because-
those waterproof pads.
Oh,
Oh,
I
dude,
got one.
yes.
I got a couple of those too.
So I soak
So
through my
yeah,
stuff.
which are really good to like save your mattress, like just in case as well. So yeah, waterproof stuff. Okay, so let's review Listerine, waterproof,
Honestly,
I'm a
your
gold
bed.
mine.
Waterproof. Keep a water bottle nearby,
Water
just in
bottles
case.
nearby.
Even
especially
if you
Venus
don't,
water bottle.
even if you don't smoke, or anything, having sex is still like it's it's physical activity.
Yeah, always have
so
water, no matter what.
yeah, it's a good idea to just stay hydrated.
Yeah. And when we have a unit on psychedelics in general, which we will later on in the year, we're
Very
going to
much
talk
stay
about how
hydrated.
important, like, have a gallon of water by you. Like, sometimes we actually have a little, like, I have a cooler that has a handle on it that I can just pull around with me.
Oh, that's brilliant.
We'll fill that with water bottles during sessions.
And then wherever you end up,
you
wherever
just
take
you
it with
end
you.
up, you take the water with you because
Yep.
you have to constantly be drinking. Now, seasoned, psychedelic person knows that. So if you have new friends doing it, just make sure you help them out and guide them along the way and get them to drink and drink and drink. So
I like my cup.
water is life. Yeah. Bring your cups with you. So
Yes.
excellent. Anything else, Becky, from your story? So, moral again, these outfits, they do entice feelings in several men. I know I've had the same effect with this outfit. Because
So,
I wear it.
I
So-
do need to ask if any of my teammates are listening.
Teammate. Oh, yeah,
yes,
teammate.
You can tell me and
Yes.
you can tell us in confidence and you can tell us in public if you would like.
Mm-hmm.
But let me know.
Yeah, who
What
else
kind of
used this
results
outfit for
you
sex?
got?
Be honest.
I mean,
Let me know what
I got
kind of
some
results you
thigh-high
got from this
socks,
episode.
and
You got
they
some
have
thigh-high
been
socks? Yeah, right.
they have been very
right.
effective.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes
buddy.
we're wearing this day one because this is my go-to outfit just to entice people. So we're trying now to get you to come in and listen to us and, be a part of this amazing Sunday Night Lights at WDDS, the world's dirtiest station and dirty TV.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. So, my beautiful, beautiful Ishi.
Yes.
I'm going to maneuver around in this little tiny space we have here.
Mhm.
Spatial awareness. And I have to.
Are you gonna hug me?
I'm gonna hug you, and
Yes.
I want to sit on you, and I just miss you so much.
Ah.
So this girl has taken belly dance classes with me for several years, on and off.
2017.
Almost
yeah.
5 years now.
2017. Oh my gosh! And
I think we
again,
started in March.
pandemic happened.
I started before you.
Yes.
No, we started belly together, but I did pull before you.
Right.
Yeah, I think we started in March though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I haven't. Again, pandemic happened, and
I got COVID.
you got really bad COVID, like the bad kind, like now, like fortunately, well, I know still people are getting it really, really bad, but at least with the vaccines and the boosters, it's not as bad. Poor Becky's had it like 3 times now.
I say I'm on twice.
Twice.
I've had
Twice.
it twice.
times.
And I got
Yeah,
the
but you had it
infusion.
early on, and you had it so bad. We were like praying for you
Yeah.
the entire
Yeah.
time. But it is so good to see your face, and thank you for coming
Mm-hmm.
and sharing your story. So, what do you want to tell us? How did you get your nightlight turned on?
More like
Getting
how did I
back
get
out
back
there.
into the world? Well, it's an interesting story. I'm gonna tell the story because I was told to. So I actually completely swore off of men for some time because
I feel you.
the first fellow after my son's father just absolutely wrecked any bit of self-confidence I had left. So I was like, nah, fam, I'm good on all that. I worked on me, and trust me, like I got an amazing job. I started coming to belly all the freaking time.
Yep.
And then, so I'm like, my confidence was starting to get back up there, and that was like the main thing. It's like, I'm like, who wants me? I'm a single mom, whatever. But, finally, pre-pandemic, and it's pretty horrible. So this fellow messages me on Facebook, and he was talking about how cute I am and everything else, and so I checked out this message. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go check out your profile. On his profile wall there was rest in peace, the poor guy got squished by granite at his work. Like the minute I showed this, like the day before I looked at it, and I was like,
Okay, please
no.
tell me that's rare.
It's
is
actually
that-
seen it happen again, like last year or something like that.
What are the stats of that?
Um,
That is,
We need answers because
I know.
it's so
Wow.
yeah. So I was like, that's
Oh,
the
I'm so
universe
sorry to
going.
hear that.
No. So, that was, for me, that was like, okay, the universe was like, not today. We're done. So I was like, okay. So, I made friends with my, vibrator and stacked up on backups. And
Right.
because, I got to get where I'm going. And honestly,
Right.
sometimes the vibrator is better than a dude because you don't got to wait for them to finish or hope they don't
and
finish
you know
before
how to
you
work
do.
it, and you know your own body. That's the
Exactly.
thing. Yeah, you know yourself. So I
Yeah.
feel that. Oh my gosh, that is crazy though.
That's so weird. And what's even better is, and well, it's not better, but it's even more crazy, is I decided about February of 2020. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start going back to hang out with my friends, going to karaoke, maybe putting myself out there a little bit.
Right.
And this was right at the end of February, and then COVID hit, and I was just like, nothing's better than a single mom in quarantine who has to actually cohabitate with her son's father, who she's not with. That's hot.
It is, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I know. To all the mamas out there, yourself included, I see you.
Yeah.
And I'm sending you all. Like, it has been so hard on parents and having to, sometimes be teachers and be, you know, full-time workers and still
Yeah.
watch the children and teach them and be their teachers too, but 24/7. So,
Yeah.
whew.
His teacher
All
was
right.
great support. Yeah. So and then you know, so end of 2020 or beginning of 2020, the pre-vaccines, I get COVID, and it is like I was awful. Like I got the monoclonal antibody infusion. I got everything. And like I'm still going to U of M for their long hauler program. So like I'm still not quite there.
Okay. All right.
But again, so my son's father has to come back and help me out
Right.
and
Right.
just cohabitate once more. And I'm like, oh, this is great. This is totally gonna work out.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, but I was already like, you know, I don't care. I don't like men anymore. Like, you know, I'm just done. I was, you know, I don't know what the word is for that when it was just me. But, you know, I found myself hot, so it was good.
You know what? Me too, girl.
Yeah.
I have a secret. The only porn I watch is my own. It's okay.
Okay.
I didn't have that
I
link,
work
and I'm kind of
hard
curious.
on my dancing skills. But it's true. But I feel you on that.
Yeah.
And again, because who knows you more than you?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point, guys, of this conversation, too, is who are you? Don't be afraid to look inside and figure that out.
And how do you expect somebody else to get you off if you don't know how to get yourself
Amen.
off?
Amen.
You
Yes,
can't tell
it's
me.
okay.
Amen. And on all accounts, too.
It's
Sex, just
okay.
everyday life.
There's no shame in doing the research on yourself first.
Yeah.
And you're not going to hurt anybody's
Absolutely.
feelings by being like, hey, I like this. Like, I've heard personally from, you know, Mr. Steve Rogers. He likes to know that he is getting the job done.
Right.
I say he'd
As
rather
I think
know what to do
anybody
right.
does.
Yeah.
I think anybody would want to know that.
Nobody wants someone to fake it. I mean, if they do, that's been none of my business. But, you know.
Right. Right. Unless that's your kink, then that's cool. No kink shaming
Yeah,
here.
no, exactly.
No kink shaming,
Unless
but,
kink
but
shaming is your kink.
possibly kink questioning.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes. Please.
Might
all
just
the
look at you
questions.
and go, "Why?"
all the questioning.
You want to know the answer for what your kink is. Like, I didn't know I had a praise kink until I got into TikTok. Oh my God, that app is like, that algorithm hits me like a ton of bricks. I got into like,
I've gotten better about that.
I got into the Dom and Sub TikTok, and I got into like praise kinks, and I was like, I have a, like, learning you have a praise and a degradation kink is just like completely
Okay,
weird.
so explain praise kink.
Like hearing good girl.
Oh.
Or, you know what I mean?
Okay, so that little affirmation.
Yes. And then.
Alicia, you are such a good girl.
Oh,
you are so good right now.
I'm running out of water.
I need my little. Wait, I think we do have some extra waters in the fridge if we need to
Yeah, we
access.
do
So,
have an extra water. Or two.
Okay. Oh, I like that. All right, I didn't actually know. See, learning something again. I didn't know it was a term that when people are affirming you. I like that too. I like to be talked to and said like, I'm hot and this feels good. Oh yeah. I think, I don't know. I feel like anyone would like to be affirmed.
Have you ever been told to come and then actually come?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, like really. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like I want you to
because
come for me. Bam.
Coming,
Okay,
yeah,
and then-
is mental. Again,
Yes,
body,
sir.
mind, and soul, you know?
Yes, very much
Absolutely.
so.
Absolutely.
Very
So.
much so.
All right, so tell us more about this Steve Rogers.
I actually met him on accident, and the first time I actually really met him, I was specifically telling him how I never wanted to date again. Like I was announcing to the room.
And he's like, I accept the challenge.
We met through mutual friend. Well, the poor fellow didn't even realize that I liked him. So like we were just playing
To
this.
be fair, you didn't either.
I didn't know either. Like like our friend pointed it out, and then Miss Dreddy here was like, I was talking to her. She's like, maybe you should just give up, and I was like, I guess so. Like I think so. And then in pure pandemic form,
Yeah.
movie theater was rented with group of friends, and I finally had enough, and I was just like,
Wait, hold
I had
on.
a
What
drink.
did you go to see again?
Dune.
Went to go see Dune.
Dune. What was it? What was it?
Come on, nerds.
Her husband was like, bold. No, it was you. It was bold of you to him to take you to a Jason
Okay, so
Momoa movie.
sidebar, they did a good job on the new Dune, yes?
Yes.
In
Very much
agreement?
so.
In agreement.
I
Very
never
much
seen the
so.
old one, to be honest. This is my first Dune experience.
Do it
No,
just
can't
for the
confirm.
giggles. Get high and drink and watch the original. It'll be a comedy.
No, can't confirm. The latest Dune
Right?
was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and
So what did you have to do though to go on your first
What?
first date with this guy?
I had liquid
What?
courage.
Liquid courage.
Because I was so nervous. I was like, he doesn't like me if he did. Because I gave him opportunities to tell me, and he did. He just like the poor fellow. He just didn't. He didn't realize like that. He didn't think that like I was interested too. So finally, I was just like, do I make you nervous? Like, what's going on here? I don't even know. And his face, like that. I was like,
Isn't it funny how we're so, even as adults, so shy when we first meet another person?
Oh, big
and
time.
so fearful that oh, I don't know if they're gonna like me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Me and Becky had a plan.
You had a plan?
Yes,
Oh my God.
we
what's
had a
the
plan. We had a wingman.
What is the plan?
We had a literal wingman.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear this part.
Oh my god.
We like wings.
Because we were going to bring him to her house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Becky, you do this better.
I'm trying to remember.
Ready.
So I remember we were going to all hang out at my house and
Get your husband's services because he calls people out on
Yes,
their bullshit and they like
okay.
each other.
So yeah, my husband has this this now track record of calling people out when they're being all cute with each other and need to just say fuck it and date already,
Right.
Or at least to have sex.
or at least
Right.
have sex.
Oh God, I know the sexual tension. Yeah. I know we know it's, but it's still weird because when you're in the situation though with someone, and even though everybody else feels that energy,
Yeah.
it's still like
You don't even know.
But what is the evolutionary purpose of the
That's
slow
trauma.
coming together?
That is trauma.
That's just from trauma.
That is
Oh,
not feeling good
trauma.
enough. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Granted, it does make the initial encounter.
That makes sense.
Yes.
True.
Yes. It's
That
the
tension has to break.
And I think also just not being okay with being rejected too.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking that rejected is the end of the world, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's not at all. Just because one person isn't your cup of tea doesn't mean that next person won't be.
Yeah.
you
We have
know?
to remember that there's 6 billion others.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's so. Oh my. You guys. I've realized in my dating time, there's just so many people out there that just want to hang out with each other.
Yeah.
You
The
know?
TikTok algorithm
And
when I got on
actually do
sad
what you
people.
want.
God. Yeah. It's insane the amount of people.
Oh, yeah. Wait until you see how I prepped.
Yes.
We gotta finish the wingman story though.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
wingman
okay.
story. Okay, wingman, and then
we were
So-
gonna give it to her house by she has this my Sir Squisherton,
Hello, baby.
and he loves animals. So we're gonna be like, hey, you should come check out Becky's bird. He is wonderful because he flies to me whenever I come there. He's wonderful. And he was gonna be our wingman.
we're trying to work out. Speaking of liability, the liability issues to have Becky's bird in here because her bird Squish or Bean, as we like to call him, will sit on her
a
shoulder
While she's
and
pole dancing.
while she's. Oh my God, it's amazing. I mean, it just adds to the ambiance. So we're gonna work on that for you guys, so we can have a bird in
Let me
this
see
space.
if I
We're gonna work
can
on it.
get
While she's doing
this.
that.
So okay, so what did the wingman do?
Oh,
we
he
don't-
didn't end up doing it.
He didn't
so I
end up
called him
doing
out.
it. Oh no, wingman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can we see that on the camera? I think you have to put.
I think
put
I can
it
send
in
it.
the camera. We'll send it. We'll put it in the description a little picture.
I'll post pictures that,
Oh,
or
we love,
you
we
can
love
find
animals
me.
too, guys. So if you want to share photos of your, dogs, cats, fur babies, feather babies, snake
Actual
babies,
furries,
furry, whatever. Yeah, whatever. We
Then
got
if you guys just follow me on social media, which my Facebook's here, I got all the things. You'll just find tons of pictures and videos of my little green bean because he's so
So
precious.
then there was no wingman, but then you guys still ended up together. So we gotta finish this story. How did that part happen? What was it? What was the final?
You
straw?
called him out.
I called him
You
out.
called him out. Okay. All right. Good job.
Yeah, and then so there was the whole he asked me to go on a date, which I had never had a man take me on a date like that ever.
Okay.
And it was just wonderful. We went to one of my favorite restaurants in the comic book store because nerd am I. But we did not
Love it.
we had some business to finish, but I had some prep work to do because it has been some time and I'm a single mom, so I made an
Yeah. Tell
appointment
us
to
about
go
this prep work
wax.
because this fascinates me.
I went and got a Brazilian and a full leg wax, because I was like, there will not be an ounce of hair down there. No.
Oh my gosh.
And it built my between that and belly dance because being able to grind on somebody correctly.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Please take classes. So Becky teaches belly dance now. She teaches the intro class. I teach the advanced class at Pole Foot Revolution.
I make everybody laugh during the class.
Here's
Yes.
the thing. So the intention of Reksharki, which is the Arabic term for dance of the East or Oriental, long story, but belly dance was coined by the French. The French did a lot of weird things. Anyways, having a handle of where your muscles are at any given time can not only help you with everyday life, it can help you with longevity, but it is going to enhance your sex life too. Because
Big time.
sex is another physical thing that we do as human beings. So if you want a little more awareness to turn your night lights on, come see me. Hit me up or Miss Becky. Actually,
Yes,
start with
the
Miss
queen.
Becky because she's got the intro class. And
Yes,
then once
I'll
you
be
get to me- I will not be gentle.
This bitch can flip a coin on her stomach.
I can't. Oh, we should do that sometime. We won't do that today.
Yes.
You're welcome.
We're not giving
You're
you too
welcome,
much
guys.
stuff the first day, guys. We gotta have a little
Patient.
anticipation. Yes. Okay. just a
Again,
little
the
bit.
long burn can hit you hard.
Yes, baby.
All right. So one thing I was asking Alicia the other day when we were talking about what we wanted to present for our
Say
first
real
episode.
quick, if you're just tuning in, thanks for joining us on
look at Becky being all
WDDS Dirty
good.
TV.
We had 30 more seconds, Becky.
Meanwhile, Tifa is like, let's talk about this wax. Sorry, you got your vagina wax? I want to
we
hear
have
about
to
it.
plug in the station like every 15 minutes. So if we don't, we get a light on us, and the light's like ping ping.
I'll plug in the
And
station.
then we get misbehaved, and then someone comes in and whips us.
Oh my god, really? Because I need like 2 of those.
That
That has my
I'm
attention.
sorry.
You have my curiosity. Can I hit you?
Producer, engineer guy, I apologize.
Maybe you should have
Kind
just
of.
like let it go a little bit just so he could whack you just once. I mean, I'm here for that.
So, but yes, thank you for joining us on WDDS Dirty TV, Detroit's dirtiest show.
And we are what, Becky?
We are what?
Wait, we're still
I'm exhausted.
again. We're still learning, guys. This is the learning phase. We are Sunday Night
Sunday
Lights
Night
here,
Lights,
8 p.m. every weekend.
I am also still waking up because I work third shift.
Yes, yeah. This is still the morning for Becky. So,
Yeah.
Becky, good morning. Thank you for
Good
joining
morning.
us this morning.
That's what I like to call my morning wood.
Okay.
Morning wood.
Focus.
Sorry, you were just saying.
A Brazilian question.
Yes. So what I wanted to find out is because different guys had told me different things about how they like hair on women, men, whatever. Okay. So overall, the most I've heard is people like the triangle because it's a little bit of hair just to let them know that they're having sex with an adult. Okay. Because sometimes people, if they're completely shaven, they're like, oh, it looks too much like a kid. But then I have other guys who are like, no, like no hair at all.
Full Monty.
I don't think I have met. I've had a lot that are indifferent. I think actually maybe even more than triangle at the indifferent. Like we don't care. We just like pussy. Okay.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
we just want to get in there. We're happy to be there. Whatever it is, it is.
Yes.
So let us know what people have either told you or what you like to do. Because again,
Yes.
I get my nerdy side. I like to collect data and find out about this stuff. So what I typically do is I keep the triangle because then I'm like, okay, I think it's like even, you know, whoever I see, they're going to probably be okay with that. And then I have had guys be like, hey, would you mind shaving? I'm like, no problem. I will. You know, do you mind growing it out? Sure. If I can, I will. You know, that kind of thing. But the waxing, I have not done.
Yes.
I had a bad wax episode years ago, and so now I'm like,
My eyebrows got burnt
So-
once, so I was like,
Yeah,
not down
yeah,
there. Then I realized
yeah.
I enjoyed the hot
but
wax.
you have to have a good person do it. So if you're gonna get wax, guys, really go to a good. Are they estheticians too?
Yes.
Like waxers?
It's
Okay.
at a full spa.
Go to a full spa. Make sure you have the good wax. Don't get those little kits in Walmart, okay? Because
the love
you
of
will
God,
have
don't.
blood blisters.
Mm-mm.
Nobody
No,
wants to see that kind of shit.
No bueno.
Oh, no, it hurts so bad. So, anyways, but your man, Steve Rogers, liked the wax job, I heard, like, was
You know-
very appreciative of it. Yes. I
Yeah,
love saying
so it was
Steve
very.
Rogers. Steve
I know.
Rogers.
I love you saying
Okay,
Steve
Steve
Rogers.
Rogers, I feel like your man, that's his porn star name now. Okay? So you're going to tell him this, and you're like, guess what? From now on in the bedroom, you're always Steve Rogers. And you're going to tell me I'm a good girl. Okay?
Oh,
Can you
yes.
tell him that for me? When you
Well, I
get
have to
home
be
tonight?
bad first because I have to misbehave for a little bit.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
that's where the degradation came
That's
from.
it.
Yeah, you're Brad.
I'm
You're
Brat.
Brad.
Oh, my Lord.
But no, he's like, you know, it was nice suicide, but it was more for me, honestly. My confidence shot because I was like, there will be no hair. I am not doing it
Yeah.
because I hate hair. Like I
Right.
hate feeling that stubble. Like no, so
It's itchy.
so I felt like mountains confidence. So just
Awesome.
in preparing
Awesome.
for that, if you know what's gonna happen, do whatever you need to do to get your confidence up. Because
That's
like
true. Yeah, that is true too. You
gotta feel good.
Yeah. So if you like it, you can. And that's the thing too. Like guys ask me, and because I don't really care. Like for me, it doesn't matter like what's going on down there as long
As long
as
as
I,
it's
like,
clean.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's clean. I got my like perfume stuff that I use. You know, all the cool things.
I got a pheromone.
I got pheromone.
perfume.
Yeah, fucking the pheromones all the time. They're great.
Oh,
by the way,
pheromones are
guys.
the best.
Even if you're like a waiter or any job you work at, wear pheromones.
Unless you're in a
They
bad
help.
mood.
Oh, true facts, because then they'll like explode a little bit. So always be in a good mood when wearing pheromones.
Exude.
But they work in any job. So, all right. But yes, do you? And I'm glad waxing. So one of these days, though, I do want to wax. I think I told you this issue with me is because I'm a dancer, and because especially as pole dancers, even if we're not doing sexy type of dancing, sometimes we do. Sometimes we do very family friendly dancing. But that's even appropriate for kids and families. But we have to wear minimal clothing because we need friction on the poles. And so
Okay, this
because
is-
of that, it's really hard for us to let all of our hair grow out long enough to get waxed. So
Yeah.
that's been my issue. I work so much, I haven't had enough time to let the hair grow out.
Yeah.
Some people are into that though.
I was like, yes.
Possibly.
Maybe if you get to a weird enough place, maybe Canada. Like they like beavers.
Oregon, honestly.
Okay, we'll fact check
Actually,
that.
wait,
Please
no,
fact check us, Canada, our Canada friends. Do you
But-
guys like beavers?
But 2 beavers are better
two
than
beavers
1.
are.
2 beavers are better.
There's a song for that I'm gonna send you later.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
Oh,
on our
some good
souls.
old-fashioned Robin Sparkles.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, we went a little overtime, but that is okay. I'm going to tell my story now. Let's
Yes.
do dance break later. So
That's fine,
normally,
yeah.
guys, when you're allowed to call us in, hopefully in a few weeks we'll get that figured out. The last portion of our episode will be to answer questions, so Q&A. And you can ask us anything, or if you have something you want to say, as long as it's pretty short, like a minute or two, you can share your stories as well. Or if you know us, contact us ahead of time, me or Becky,
Yep.
and we will give you the hookup to be a part of our Sunday Night Lights. So
Don't reach out to me. I'm only a guest.
you can always talk to Ishi too, even though she's a guest. We can-
You might get a dirty message back, but you know.
yeah. Just tell
Like,
her.
ooh,
As long as
hello.
you tell her she's
You
a
might
good
get a message
girl,
from
you
Steve
might get-
Rogers.
What is the best names?
I know, I
it
love
really is. I'm sure there are a million like Steve Roger porn stars. I'm gonna have to look that up now. And
That's-
see. So, okay, friends, my story. I am gonna tell you guys my ultimate coming into my own and learning who I am story. And this is not only on a sexual level specifically, but on all levels of being me, being Ziva, my own person. So, 10 years ago, I came to this amazing state with a backpack and only $100 to my name. That was all I could conjure up. I escaped a very, very abusive marriage that I was in for close to 10 years. And it took me, once I figured out that I could get out, because I was brainwashed early on, it took over a year of planning and many people to help and many organizations to help to get me out. So first of all, I want to say hi. I'm thankful to be here. I love all you.
Thank
Not
you for being
everybody in my situation gets out. Good news, this perpetrator is finally tethered and finally is waiting trial still.
I want to hug you so bad right now.
I know, and he's hurt not just me, but hundreds of women and recently, unfortunately, children now too. So-
There's always a pattern.
There's always, I know,
Yes.
yeah, and it's horrific. But anyways, I got out, and when I first came to Michigan, what I did was like I want to be my own person. So being in that relationship, he obviously exploited not only my dancing talent, but he exploited the fact that I was female and had a body that could move and could be a sex worker. So I did all types of sex work you could think of, from dancing at clubs to doing online porn to sleeping with whoever he wanted to. And when you're in that situation, not only being brainwashed, but always fearful for your life, you do what you need to do to survive. So every act of sex was to survive,
Yes.
not to live, which it should be. It should be to live. Because we all, as human beings, for our longevity, for our overall health, we need to have sex. And we also need to start saying that it is not a bad thing when it's consensual.
Exactly.
Always about consent.
Yes.
And we need to teach that to our sons and daughters. And I say earlier the better, honestly. I know we want to protect our kids from all the bad things out there, but we also have to educate them that their bodies are not a bad thing.
There are ways
You
to start
start.
that.
You start by telling them
They
you
don't
know,
have to
if
hug people.
They don't
Yes.
have to hug
I
if
do
they
that
don't
with my
want
son.
to.
Yes.
They don't have to
And that's the
handshake if
funny
they
thing,
don't want
because I
to.
grew up in a house where, you know, if my uncle said sit on my lap, I would.
Mm-hmm.
If my aunt wanted to kiss me and pinch my cheeks, they would.
Mm-hmm.
I was not supposed to speak. I was supposed to be seen and not heard.
Right.
But then never taught that, oh, when you're married, the guy should not do this to you.
Marital rape is
Should
a
not.
thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it wasn't until the 70s that was finally illegal to rape your wife. Before then, you could if you were married.
Mm-hmm.
We got a ways to go as human beings. We're trying. So, anyways, because of that fear, I associated sex with, if I didn't do it, he would do things like put a pillow on my face until I suffocated and passed out. He would put a knife to my throat. He would try to kill himself. I have pulled him out of a window more than one time. The second time I had to get stitches on my arm because I cut my arm up. So he was always using that manipulation to have me do what I needed to do. But there was that small part of me that happened before I met him when I had partners who were supportive and affirming, and sex was okay. And it was a good thing. And so after I escaped, I was like, I want that back. So I threw myself into all the therapy and all the support groups I had. At one point, after I escaped, I was in at least 5 or 6 different therapy groups every single week. And my one therapist, she told me, she's like, now the way, she's like, because I want to be able to have sex again, but for me. It was so traumatic. Like, I'm like, how do I begin? And this is what I want to share with you guys. In case you've been down this road, know there is hope and there is a way to overcome and end up in a space like this in a fancy outfit and be really confident.
I'm just staring at your tits the whole
Thank you.
time. I'm like, I want to look at your eyes because they are up there, but you are, in PS, I'm straight. But, I can't help it. They're beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can confirm.
So anyways, she said I would have to recreate all the situations I was in before having sex, but with safe people and in a safe space. Now you may think, oh, like, how easy would it be to get a guy to just be like, oh, will you have sex with me for therapy? No. Here's the thing. You have to understand. So you have to find a guy that's willing for you to beat him up, because when you have a post-traumatic stress syndrome, an episode, you go back into where you were, and sometimes you are fighting for your life.
Yes.
You have to be okay with they're not going to be able to finish hardly at all. These guys have to be okay with stopping and going and doing it over and over and over again, because behavioral therapy reconditioning takes time.
Yes.
But it does work. So early on, I was talking to some friends about this, and another mutual friend was there, this guy, and we're going to call him Bob. That's not his name, we're going to call him Bob. And Bob, bless his heart, the next day, he sent me this beautiful letter. And he said, you know what? He's like, I have a very analytical brain. This is actually, interesting to me. He's like, I feel terrible that this happened to you. I think I could help. Keep the relation platonic, but help you to learn how to regain yourself again.
Is this
And
a Bob that I've met?
This is, I don't know if you've met this Bob. No.
Okay.
But if you ever do,
just curious.
you would love him.
I say I already do.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So anyways, and he was vetted, and obviously he had really good references from all of my, friends at the time. And I was like, okay, let's do this. So I talked to him about the parameters. I said, this was going to happen. I'm going to panic. I'm going to scream. I'm going to cry. I'm going to go to flow. Because if I let my guard down and not do it as a job, but have sex for myself, it's going to be ugly for a while. And he's like, okay. So first session, he touches my shoulder just to start. Instantly, shivers down my entire body of fear and going into full-blown panic attack. And that was just from touch. I couldn't be touched at first. Now, my friends and family, I could touch them, but even with my friends and family at that time, I was working. I was compartmentalizing. And then he's like, okay, so we went through the episode, and they usually last like 10 to 15 minutes of the panic. And then I remember he brought me breakfast food from a diner.
Oh.
So what happened was I had this terrible traumatic thing because I had to relive it, but then I was affirmed with something positive afterwards versus fear. And then each session we got a little bit further and a little bit further. And sometimes he was about to come, and then I'm like, nope. And that's the thing. So guys, if you ever do this to help somebody out, or girls help guys through this process, just know it is hard work and it's not easy, and there may be blue balls.
And consent can be revoked at any time.
And consent can be revoked at any time.
Yes.
But he, time after time, was like, okay, pulled back, bought me snacks.
Yes. Is that what we do when anybody...
Which,
Snacks
by the
are
way,
always
the
good.
snacks worked for me pretty
Sacrifices.
well. So, yeah, sacrifices.
Sacrifices.
And it was over 3 months of doing this. Pretty much almost at some point, at least I would say 4 times a week, if not 5. Because I am, I like to practice, and I'm the kind of person, when I have a goal, I like to reach that goal, and I will do everything I can to get there. And after 3 months, I finally started to enjoy it. And so, Bob, if you're listening out there, you know who you are. I am forever grateful for you. You
We
are
love you,
still
Bob.
the best friend. We all love you. You're a good guy. I know. I'm so
love
happy
you,
with
Bob.
the new life that you're in.
It's wonderful.
And
Love you, Bob.
so we need more people out there guys, girls, and everyone in between, all the beautiful people of the world, we need you to affirm each other and sometimes go through that process.
And it's also hot to ask for consent during. Like that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
that's a new thing with
Yes.
You can make
Yeah.
it dirty. You can be like, yeah, you want me to touch you there?
Yeah.
You like that? Like
You
that
know
is
you want that consent. Come on,
Yes.
give me that consent, Alicia.
exactly.
Yes.
That's what like
Yeah.
the first time before he kissed me, he asked me, "Can I kiss you?" And that was like the most hot thing.
It is. It's
So
hot.
you, asking for consent throughout is
Yes.
not necessarily a bad thing. You
It
could
is
just get,
very,
you
very
can turn
hot.
it dirty. You like that? Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
I know you like that.
Exactly. So, anyways, the things that turn me on now, right? So I said earlier he has an analytical brain.
Mhm.
So nerds.
Yes.
I love you, nerds.
I love a good nerd too.
If you are in the nerd category, just know.
I was tagged in this post, and unfortunately, you're gonna get some calls.
Love nerds. Love it when you feed me. That's the other problem. If you give me food, I will probably have sex with you.
That's a sacrifice.
It is very true. So that turns me on. And then, last but not least, this is the funny part. Battlestar Galactica.
Yes. Yes.
So Bob used to play Battlestar Galactica a lot of times when we were having sex, so it's always in the background.
That's a conditioned response.
So now I have, because I was going through behavioral conditioning, I have a conditioned response to Battlestar Galactica and pretty much any quote-unquote Star Trek, Star Wars nerdy
I'm just gonna take a
movie.
quick note here.
Right.
So that trifecta together pretty much will drive me crazy. But the moral of this story is no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, you are worthy to be loved. You're worthy to be your true self. You're worthy to feel it at your own volition and how you want to be. And you, like you said, consent during throughout. Talk to people. Use these platforms to speak your truth. Everybody speak your truth, and this is what we want to do here at WGDS, even though it is the dirtiest station ever. And yeah, we want to get cute and dirty too, but we want to do it with consent.
Yes.
Right? And we want to let people know that it is okay to talk about these things. There's so few spaces we get to talk about sex. I know in my own family, again, we don't. You just don't.
Yeah.
You know, and I've witnessed it time and time again, the unfortunate naivety and ignorance that leads to so much more pain if someone would have just spoke up early. So we're going to speak the fuck up
Yes.
in this podcast, and we're going to have fun. Now, we are getting close to the end of the time. I promised a dance break. We are dancers. Becky, did you get the song? Do we have the song? Let's see
I
if
have
this
the
works.
song.
Again, there might be a little technical troubleshooting.
Oh, sure,
Now,
sure.
because we want to light things up in here,
Yeah,
should
baby.
we turn like... Hold on, I know we can dim these.
You just said light things up, and now
Wait,
we're turning.
dim. Well, we're gonna add some extra ambiance here. Okay, hold on. I'm
Oh, sorry,
taking
my
off
cape is
my
staying
cape.
on.
Yes, I also want to go for the superhero look. So all my,
Is that for
comics-
Steve Rogers?
Steve Rogers. This is for you, Steve Rogers.
Yes, it is.
I know.
The poor
So,
fellow. He asked me like not to use too much detail, so I'm
all
hoping
right,
I
if you
did a
want
good job.
the light up tutu, Becky.
Oh,
you're
hell
welcome
yeah.
to grab that.
I say, I'm just gonna actually
Or if you
roll
want to
with
start it,
just the hip
Me and
or
square.
Becky
if you
both
want to
have
just
purple.
hold it and have more LED lights.
We got the memo.
So these are Ice's videos. Our promo video is in the process of being made. I'm so excited. It already looks kind of good. Some of our friends got to see a little draft of it already.
I didn't even see it. I'm on the show.
Oh, how did you not see it yet? Okay,
I didn't share it. That's why.
Ready?
Becky.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
can I
gonna-
call you Becky? I've been calling her Becky.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All
I
right,
know.
are you guys ready? I hope it's dark enough to see this. Hold on. Okay, did we find the
Wait,
song?
yeah, I say it's right
So
here.
what I did is a mashup of several different songs. So we got some taksim ud, which means music without any rhythm. Oh, there we go.
All right,
Well,
for
good,
this.
because I have no rhythm.
All right, you ready? You ready?
And then a little Hakeem. We got some Tarkin. We got some James Brown with Hakeem.
Oh yeah.
And we got some Moroccan Ray. So again, you know, I love Middle Eastern dance and movement. Actually, I love dances from all over the world.
I went to go get stuff from this little store by my house, and they were playing stuff.
Love
And I was
it.
like, I want this song.
All right, you guys ready to mesmerize each
All
other?
right, let's do it. Let's do
Turn the
it.
lights on. Come on.
It's been a while since I've mesmerized.
Let's mesmerize. You ready?
Nothing's forgot.
And I don't know if you guys can hear that. I hope you can.
I can hear it.
We have no idea about the sound here. We're winging it. No pun intended.
Oh no, it's
Becky
intended.
doesn't have her wings, and he'll mesmerize her wings.
هو تاني انا اصلا انا يعني ما هو بس لوعني بالسهل يبعني ولو ضيعني اعمل له ايه هنعيده من تاني ده بايده وداني تجرح ورماني واقول لما ناداني اقول له ايه.
Ladies and gentlemen, featuring on the stage tonight, the great Egyptian artist, Hakeem, and the world's godfather of soul, Mr. James Brown.
Red One. We say la vida, la, 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 la. Wey. Say la vida. Yeah, we say la vida. Seni gidip kıran yılanı belimden çıkaran kaderim püskül bela yakalarsam